Welcome back, guys. It is Tigger here. Had a lot of requests on how I do my Nightmare Zone in DH, so I figured I would make a guide for anyone that was interested, and they could see exactly what I do and how I do it efficiently and everything. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to get a rock cake in case you guys don't have that, and then we will head to Nightmare Zone. Alright, so here we are at this place where we find Rohawk, who is the guy that you have to get the recipe from. You get the recipe in the Recipe for Disaster quest. It's for freeing the mountain dwarf. Initially, you have to bring him 4 Asgoldian ales, which is Asgarnian ales with 1 coin added to each one. Once you do that, you give it to him, he'll progressively get drunker, and you'll end up getting the recipe. After that, you need to bring him an egg, a pot of flour, a bucket of milk, and a bowl of water. These 4 ingredients will then be added, and you will have a rock cake, which will be placed on a table. The rock cake will be like smoldering hot, and so you need ice gloves to grab it, and that will cool it down, or you can use telegrab if you do not have ice gloves. After you've done this for the first time, all you have to do if you want duplicates is pay 100 GP, and he'll put it on the table again. And if you want multiple, make sure you pay for it, grab it with your ice glove or your telegrab, and then ask him for another one. If you don't, it'll respawn on top of the existing rock cake. So let's go do that right now. Alright, we're in this little dwarf bar here, and here's Rohawk, so we gotta talk to him. And we'll ask him for another rock cake. I think you've already got one somewhere. Yes, but I want another one. I want 100 coins. Okay, that's fine. Pay him. He'll cook it in his little fire. And after he cooks it, he's going to set it right here. We'll walk over here if it lets us. There we go. So let's throw on our gloves, walk over here, and take the Dwarven Rock Cake. And there is our Dwarven Rock Cake. So you can ask him for another one, and he will do the same exact thing and put it right here again. And just make sure you pick this one up before you ask him. Alright, now that we got this, let's head to Nightmare Zone. So now we're in Nightmare Zone. This is where you'll do your dreams, provided you have the right quests, which I'm sure you guys already know if you're doing this. So, the first thing you need to do is unlock your coffer, and mine's already unlocked, but you need to have money in there. Each dream costs around 6,000 coins, I believe. You just click dream to him. Normally for this though, I pay a booster in World 330. 330 has these boosters that give you just like 5 bosses in your dream, and they're really easy to kill, so you don't get destroyed by like Elvard or something. So my setup, I carry my rock cake, my coins for paying to get in, and then I need to take overload potion. So I take, what is it? It is 48, I believe. So I'll take 48 overloads. This is just how I do it. There's different ways that you can do it if you're not as comfortable. I started out taking half these overloads. Now that I'm more confident and comfortable, I'm able to do it a lot differently. So 48 overloads and 54 absorptions. After you have these, you will hop to 330, trade your guy, whatever, get into the dream, and we will see you there. So thank you to you. These are the 5 bosses you're going to have. So Count Draenor, easy vampire. The Kendall, the big bear. Tree Spirit, easy. Khazard Warlord, that's the guy with the hammer. And Bouncer is that hellhound looking thing. So now that you're in, you need to guzzle your rock cake, and you want to get down to 51 HP. So you're at 56, 55, 54, all the way down. And 51. So you tap that. So you want to set up your quick prayers. Strength and absorption. Okay, so they came quicker than I anticipated, but basically you get down to 51 HP, and then you'll drink an overload. An overload takes 50 HP from you. Therefore, you're going to be at 1 HP the whole time. And sorry about that. Yeah, loudspeaker. Okay, so you get your HP down to 51. And then you drink your overload, and the maximum you can get hit is going to be a 1. So if you keep your HP at 1, you're going to barely use overloads because each dose has 50 absorption in it, and you have 4s, so you have 200 absorption per pot. And you really will not use that much if you keep it at 1. The way you keep it at 1 is by setting up your quick prayers to your rapid heal. Once you do that, click done, and you just flash it once every minute. And that'll reset the timer on your healing. So you will never heal as long as you do that. So it's AFK, but you have to sort of pay attention. Okay, so now that that's done, I'll drink the rest of this. So what I try to do is to limit the amount of times I get hit. So right here you can see there's 2. So if you step over this way, okay, so as you can see here, I'm getting hit from 3 different ways, or I was. So what I like to do is to move out of the way so that I'm not getting hit that many times. Make sure you turn them off, and there's the Kendall. The Kendall is going to be the one you hit the highest. You can see I hit a 68. I don't pray at all. You just, some reason, you hit him really, really hard. If you're doing strength training, obviously make sure you're on strength. Earlier I was on attack, and I caught it just before my level. So that would have put me at 104, which would have made me very angry. But we're 230k to 98. And doing this dream, I roughly get around 100k strength experience per hour. Granted, I am 97 strength. My gear setup is pretty good. I have a Berserker ring imbued, a Fury, a Fire Cape, full Dharoks, my Barrows gloves, and Dragon boots. That's what I use personally. It's not cheap, but it's not expensive. But yeah, that's my setup. So we'll be back when I can show you some tips and tricks on how to avoid being hit more than you need to be. So if you see here, you're being hit from 3 different ways. That's just going to add to your loss of absorption. Now you're getting hit 4 ways. So if you just take a step over here, you can avoid being hit 2 times. Well, there's still 3. I just keep stepping around until I find a way to block at least 2. So now you're only taking 2 hits. And if you keep your HP at 1, you're only going to take 1 damage from each person. The minute you let it go to 2, you're going to take 4 damage from each person. Well, 2 and 2. And it doesn't seem like much, but if you're in here for a couple hours, it adds up really quick and you go through a lot more pots than you should. So make sure you're keeping away from as many people as possible. Since the Kendall's so big, it's easy to use him as a blocker for the rest of these 3. So when you see him spawn, try to run directly behind him. So I was right here, and he spawned back here, and I just took 3 steps backwards, and now he's blocking for these 3. And they're in a line so that when he goes away, I'll just have to deal with those 3. Here's another setup. So you get 1 on the side here, there's 3 in a line, and there's 1 here. So you're getting hit twice. So if you want to avoid that, if you take a step just back to your, well, if you're looking this way, it's going to be just right here to your right and back 1 step. By doing that, they fall in behind this guy. Now you're just taking damage from 1. So we get another Kendall, we step behind him. But if you have OS Buddy Pro, you're going to see your timer running down. So once it hits 1, your HP is going to jump to 51 again. So what I do is I run away from everyone. Because when it's at 51, that's the max that can hit you. So you want to stay away from them while you're repotting. So I kind of lead them on a little wild goose chase around here and pot up to my 1. Flash my prayers, and now I'm ready to go again. So if you can properly do this for a while, you'll be able to get close to 1,000,000 points with this inventory, and you're probably going to get around 400 to 500,000 experience. So that's about 4 hours to 5 hours. It is a long time, and it is kind of tedious and boring, but it's probably some of the best XP you're going to get. So this is my guide on how to Dharok at Nightmare Zone, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a like or comment. If there's something I missed or something that should have been done differently, please leave me a comment as well and let me know. And if there's any more guides that you guys would like to see, I know someone wants me to do a Rex guide on how to kill Rex without taking that much damage. So if there's anything else you guys would like to see, definitely leave me a comment on that, and I will do my best to provide that for you. Thanks for watching.